Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, generous donations, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we're going to see what the message the Spirit has for us. But give me 1 second because I'm going to go ahead and schedule a live for the members immediately after this one starts. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I see. I gotta wait and schedule it. Okay. All right. Hey, sis. How are you? All right. So let's ring the bell. They knew they made the wrong decision when they made that decision, but they did it anyway. Hey, Yvette. They knew they made the wrong decision, but you know what? I feel like this person felt like they had to save face at that time. Now they're trying to save themselves from karma. Bottom of the deck. Adjacent possibilities. Yeah, they had a choice. They had several. Now I won't say several choices, but they had a choice. And, I feel like somebody made them feel like, the sky is the limit. This was somebody who was in that magician energy. They made them feel like, if you go with me, I'm going to be able to do this. I can do that. I can do this and I can do that. But they knew they made the wrong decision when they made it, because one thing they didn't take into account was that heart. And now things just ain't going the way they expected it to go. Not at all. Now with somebody, they started this journey and they are all tied up. They're stuck. They feel like they don't have a choice anymore. They feel like they want to course correct because they're looking at you. Hey, Addie. Hey, Tara. They're looking at you. You know what? Your money is good. You're loving on yourself. You looking good. You smelling good. And this person is looking like a fool. There were some things that they didn't see when it was like there were some things that were hidden, and then there were attachments or promises that they felt like they needed to keep, when they really only should have promised themselves or been true to themselves. After you walked away, that's whenever this person found out that had they been a little more patient, everything would have just like came true for them, because it was coming true for you. They see now that you had a strategy, and your strategy was to walk through that door to personal healing and happiness. Your healing, your happiness. This person now, like I said, they know that they made the wrong decision, because you're the one who has their heart. No one else. There's no one else like you. There's no one else that can compare to you. Now somebody is upset by the path that they're on, because there's a lot of hostilities. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of ifs, ands, buts. There's just more on this path than what they had bargained for. Hey, Behaving Goals, how are you? Thank you so very much. And see, you are a healer, a born healer. This is like it's like if somebody had a problem, they would talk to you, and it's like you just made everything right. It's like they realize now, which they should have opened up their eyes to realize then, that things blossom around you. You have abundance. It's like whatever you touch, that Midas touch, Everything you touch turns to gold. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. You see, this person realizes now that had they been true to themselves, had they really honored their heart, they would have went through that door to value with you. And you know what? They're seeing that you have victory. That you get the victory. This person, they thought that because they ran with this pack or they was part of this crew, that they was going to finish some finish line before you. But that's not it. You crossed that finish line already. You know, you left them in the dust. You just about to lap them a few times. Hey, Shaylin. All this because somebody was afraid to really speak their mind. They were afraid to follow their heart. They were afraid to go the way that they knew that they should have gone. But you know, they allowed somebody else to talk them out of their spot. Hey, Melissa. Not only are you balanced, but somebody sees that you know, and a lot of people see that you are strong at heart. You're loyal. No, you know, you are ferocious when you need to be, but you're kind, you're gentle. You know, you balance yourself out. You're not just crazy like they said that you were. You're not just all out of control like they said that you were. You are kind, you're gentle, but whenever you need to get down, you know how to get down. This is why you wear that crown. See, this thinking man is realizing he didn't follow his instincts. He didn't follow what his gut was saying. His gut was saying, go, fool, go. And now this person is sitting here trying to get themselves together, trying to see what they can do to rejuvenate. You know, this person is praying now. They're praying that they can just, you know, do the things that you did to receive what you received. They're looking at you and they're like they're noticing other things, new opportunities. You know, you got this new, that new, but you know, you have other people in your life that are adorning you. But this person, they allowed someone to lie to them because you know it was like they allowed to somebody to lie to them about their money, about what they could help them do, and it was just so that that person can get their money. They feel like they could just kick their own ass because they feel like they gave up this, you know, and you know what, and they have put your heart through it. They put your heart through it, but you were still loving. You were still gentle. You were still kind. You were still giving. You still made sure that somebody else had. You still, you know, put people, you know, in front of you. You still did that. And you were still happy. Hey, J. Mike. It's only right that you have this happy family. This is karma. This is karma that you have this happy family, that you are happy, that you know you have everything that you've ever asked for, everything that you've ever prayed for. Because you know what? It's like you showed appreciation to spirit. You know, whenever it came to spirit guiding you, protecting you, assisting you, ministering to you, you listened. You accepted the downloads. You thank God for the information. And you if God said go this way, you went that way. If God said do this, you did that. If God said talk to this person, you talked to that person. Whatever God told you to do, you did it. This person now, they're thinking about this decision that they made. They was at the crossroads. And instead of them choosing love, they felt like they wanted to choose money. And so the person that they decided that they were going to work with, the person that they thought that they was going to get along well with, the person they thought that their money was just getting ready to grow with, because like I said, they wanted to beat you to the finish line. Now they're seeing that that person was not their equal match at all. They're seeing that they had to do all the work. They had to pay all the bills. They had to shell out all the money. They see that it was them that was doing it all. They now see that somebody suckered them. This person is wondering if it's too late for them to actually go through the door of the spirit. This is something that this person thinks about, and they stay up all night long worrying about it. Because this person refused to use their intuition, and now they feel like they have nothing. This person, they laughed at you. When you talked about your spirituality, when you talked about your chakras, when you talked about, yeah, I see this in my third eye. And they're like, third eye? What third eye? You ain't got no third eye. But now they see that you knew exactly what you were talking about. Hey, High Priestess. Hey, LaShawn. How are you? It's like you spoke up when you needed to speak up, and you were able to defend yourself when you needed to defend yourself. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, they were both here assisting you. And like I said, somebody realizes now that they were the fool. They just went with somebody who was jealous of you, somebody who was envious, somebody who didn't want you to be happy and didn't want this person to be happy. They was on the outside looking in. And now this person realizes that they was on the inside, but now they're on the outside. This person is really worried about how long their karma is going to last. They have resigned to the fact that yes, they are going to receive karma. They do have to repay this karmic debt that they built up. Whether it was over the years, over the weeks, over months, they understand now they have a debt that has to be paid. And they're worried about it. They are worried about it. They're trying to use their intuition to see what's coming next, to see if God will give them a glimpse as to what they should do or how they should move. Now they want to follow in your footsteps by using their third eye. Now they want to think about what they needed to think about, as opposed to just sitting there saying, you're weird. Oh, don't nobody believe in that. Now they believe in all of it. Like I said, this person now finds themselves on the outside looking in. Hey, the solar type. See, you know what? And whenever they was deciding that they was going to pair up with somebody else for the sake of the almighty dollar, they thought that you was envious. You was never envious. You never wanted to pair up with that person. You never wanted what that person so-called had, because you understood that person didn't have anything. That person didn't have a soul. Their spirit wasn't right. Their mind wasn't right. They weren't mature. They were a narcissist. So there was nothing, absolutely nothing that person had that you wanted. And you sure in the hell didn't want that person near you. And as every day goes by, your gifts increase. Your confidence increases. Everything that God said that God was going to give to you, God is giving to you. This person, they couldn't see the value in you. It's like they could only see the dark. They couldn't see the light. But now, by golly, they see the light. They see you were so important, especially with that heart of yours. I'm hearing Cher's song, If I Could Turn Back Time. That's what somebody wants. If they could turn back the hands of time, they would do it right. They would have their head on right. This person just felt like they was confused. They would now this person wants to receive the downloads. Now this person is calling on Archangel Uriel because they know, who they're with is still jealous. It's still filled with envy. It's still filled with hate. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? This person, they are so upset with themselves because they know they can't be upset with you. You were the one who was trying to get them to come with you. You were the one who was warning them about that storm that was coming. But they didn't believe you. They said you couldn't predict the weather. Well, looky here. We have our own weather predictor. Hey, Letitia, how are you, sweetie? You knew exactly what you were talking about, especially whenever you were saying, don't listen to this magician as far as the abundance that they're talking about. You said, don't listen to that. But they did. So this is why you had to go through this door of the spirit by yourself. You were told not to look back, to keep moving forward. You were told to forget about this person because this person has to learn some lessons. They went to the crossroad and they made a deal with the devil. Oh, thank you so very much, Rain C. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate you. Hey, Mike Taylor, how are you? Yeah, like Lot's wife, don't look back. Don't turn into that pillar of salt. You went through your own, days and possibly weeks of thinking about this person, worrying about this person, wishing that things could be different. But at some point you just had to let it and that person go. Because you understood that the longer you sat there and thought about that person, worried about that person, thought about that, wishing that that person went with you, the longer you were going to stay stuck. You had to actually heal yourself from realizing that everybody can make their own decisions, their own choices. But you also realized that the choice that this person made was only about money. It was not about them doing what their heart was telling them to do. It was not even about what their gut told them to do. It was just about what they saw on the outside. They allowed themselves to listen to somebody else's bad advice. They allowed themselves to look at something glittery in the road, thinking that, ooh, all that glitters is gold. You knew that this person stopped themselves from going through the door to personal healing and happiness. Stop their own happiness so that they could jump feet first into misery. Now this person is thinking about their heart in your heart, and they see everything clearly now. It's so clear. This person, like I said, they regret the decision that they made whenever they didn't look at everything, when they allowed shadows to cloud their judgment. Listening to the crowd was like, come with us. We're going to give you everything, only to find out that that person had nothing. This person was led to believe that if they went this way, they was going to have all the riches and the glory, all the fame that they could have ever possibly wanted or needed, only to find out when they got through there, this is what they had. Nothing. Unhealthy attachments and deceit. Now it's almost like them realizing, them being afraid to go through that gate led to their own demise. They allowed fear to rule their life, not happiness. They didn't listen to what God was telling them. It was easier for them to believe the devil than it was to believe God. Just like it's easier for everyone to believe a lie than it is for them to believe the truth when the truth is being told. And you were telling the truth. Now this person, as they sit back and they recollect, as they go within, they understand and they believe you now. What's the message? See, this person now is worried about how long their karma's going to last. They're worrying about, is it going to be as long as as it was that they gave you grief? This person knows that it's not just going to be a one-time deal and the karma is going to be over. They understand now that they put you through something and they're also having to go through something. They should have spoke up when they had the chance to speak up. They should have defended you when they had the opportunity to defend you. They should have been in balance with you whenever they had the opportunity to balance things out with you. But instead, they didn't. Instead, you had no other choice but to walk away. Thank you so very much, Rain C. Welcome to the Sweet Spot Soul Tribe, sweetie. They had no choice. You had no choice but to walk away. See, this person thought that whenever you walked away, you wasn't going to be able to do it on your own. They thought that you was going to have to come back because they felt like you was not going to be able to make it financially. They thought that you was going to be in some type of bind and that you was going to have to reach out to them and, hey, I need this, or can you help me with this? Like you was going to have to grovel to your feet and be like, I just kind of really need, I do apologize. They was looking for you to apologize to them. That wasn't it. That truly wasn't it. It's like you were blessed. You were blessed financially, and your heart chakra even opened up more whenever you finally walked away. It's like that's whenever this person looked at you, or they were looking at your social media, or they were watching you from afar, and they saw how much people loved you. Hey, Letitia, welcome to the Sweet Spot Soul Tribe. Thank you so very much. Now they see how much everybody loves you, how people feel like you are so valuable. You know, that this person now, they see that had they wanted this same abundance, they should have followed in your footsteps. They should have led with their heart, because that heart is what would have been balancing for them. But instead, this person, now they have this regret that they didn't follow their heart. And that happy family is not where they're at. This thinking man is now noticing all the dark things that they didn't notice before. Now it seems like things are so surreal. Like they feel like they're in some type of dream or nightmare or waking up or trying to wake up. And they're thinking about you. And you know what? This is justice. This is justice. This is what they get. Because they're thinking about, when they made that decision, they knew. Inside, they knew that they were not going the way that Spirit wanted them to go. They knew that they were not going in the right direction. They knew. And now this person wants to send you a message. This person wants to tell you how they were working so hard to get themselves out of this conflict, to get themselves away from this chaos. This person wants you to know that, you know what, they now understand that you are soulmates, and they're trying to clean themselves up. They've come to the edge. And when they looked over the edge, they see that, you know what? You are that milk and honey. That everything that they thought before about this group, about this magician, about these people, they see that that just looked good, but it definitely was not good. And this is what's taking their breath away. All that glitters is not gold. But it's karma. It's karma. This person is imagining, had they been more flexible with you, had they been more understanding with you, had they really given you the shadow of the doubt or the benefit of doubt, had they been more respectful of you, had they just gone by the book that God said, follow these steps, they wouldn't have burned everything down, and now they have to start completely over. This person feels like there's something that's unfinished with you. And now they want to go back to the crossroads, and they want to make a different decision. This time, they want to help you. It's not just about them anymore. Now they understand that you are that treasure island. They want to help you. They don't want you to be there. Before, this person was thinking of me, 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 me. It's all about me. What can I get? They weren't even thinking about you anywhere in the equation. That's why they were easy to leave you out. And this is why this person feels orphaned right now, because the people that they chose, now they understand, was not for them. You told this person. You tried to reason with this person. You tried to show this person. You tried to give instances with this person, but this person just did not. They couldn't hear anything. They couldn't see anything. They couldn't think straight. All they thought was money, money, money. And you know what? That's karma, because they don't have any money. The people that they went with never had any money. They were never destined to have any money. Everything that those people had was stolen. And they're looking at you. You're the only one with money. You're the only one with the gifts. You're the only one with the abundance. You're the only one with God's promise. This person realizes now it's time. It's time for them to turn their life around. It's time for them to understand that, yes, there is a higher power. And it's time for them to actually follow that higher power. Hey, Noni, how are you? This person is trying to figure out, why did they even think that they could co-create with that group? What was it there that they thought that they could get? You know, and this person realizes now that, you know what, they were between worlds. It's like they was trying to straddle the fence, like trying to play both sides, thinking, well, they never expected you to walk away. They always felt that you was going to be there, and so they was always like, well, if this don't work out, I can always go back to. But whenever you left, they had no choice. Confirmation. There was no going back. They miss your loyal heart, but they know that they were stuck in this cycle that they needed to get themselves out of. And it's not for you to have broken them free, even though you tried. This is why they had to be alone. This is why they had to go out to sea by themselves so that they can figure life out. This is why they had to realize that they were the ones that had to make the change, not you. Now, like I said, this person, they want to exchange gifts with you. They want to give to you because they see how blessed you are, how blessed you've been, and how blessed you will always be. And this person, they realize that you told them the truth. You never, not once, fudged the truth. You didn't lie. You didn't smudge the truth. You didn't omit anything. You were forthcoming with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you, God. This is why you have this new life. This is why you're happy. This is why the people that are around you, they love you. They adorn you. They adore you. This is your new tribe, and they understand that, hey, they miss you because they understand that there is no place like home. They miss being part of your tribe. But see, this person, it's like they needed to put some things to rest. Like these thoughts of grandeur, of all this money and this gold without doing the hard work. They understand that they have to go through the same things that you went through to get where you're at. They can't just go in and take, it's like it's going to go straight through like trying to hold water in your hand. It goes straight through the fingers. It's impossible. Right now, this person, they want to mend these fences with you. They want to tell you, they want to apologize to you. They want to tell you over and over and over how sorry that they are because they see that you did it right. You built yourself up. Even though when other people were trying to tear you down, you still didn't let that affect you. You still kept building yourself up. And through it all, you remained peaceful. Even when they gave you their ass to kiss, you remained peaceful. And the only thing that this person remembers clearly was the day that you said it was time for you to go. That's what they can't get out of their mind. This is what they keep playing over and over and over again. The day that you left, the day that they made the worst decision in their lifetime. Now this person is willing to go to the ends of the earth for you. It's like, they want to They want it to be like as if, they're ready for serendipity to take place. They're ready for these magical moments, and this person is poised right now, poised and ready to go. This person wants to make a new start. They want to, they want to rebuild with you. They want to rebuild with you. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, enough of this round and round. They know that they have to get off of that merry-go-round. They have to, you know, put a clear line in the sand. They have to let everybody know, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Because they see that whenever after you left, there was nobody else that was there for them. Well, there was nobody else that was there for them right after you left. It's like those people set them up for failure. This is what they're realizing. They were set up for failure, all because somebody wanted to hurt you and hurt them, which ultimately hurt you and them. Those people didn't care. They never cared. They were never meant to care. This person realizes that this was a test and they were being tested by God. And by God, they failed. Yeah, this is Spirit was like telling them, listen, you need to clean yourself up. You need to get yourself together. And now this person is just trying to breathe. They're just trying to take it all in. They're just trying to say, okay, I know that I have to go through this. They know that they have to go through karma. They know that this is fate. They just keep thinking to themselves, had they just been a little more patient with you, had they been a little more kind to you, had they just showed you some more respect, had they been more loving to you, they would have been sharing in this new life with you. They too would have been happy. And that is the truth. I'm hearing that song again by Cher about turning back the hands of time. And they know that you can't. All you can do is go forward. Hey, Sonny. All you can do is go forward. Now this person is poised to, they understand that it's time. And they're ready for it to be time. They're ready to start something new. They're ready to have this new life. And it's like they are imagining what a new life is going to be like with you. They're imagining, giving you the respect, bringing you flowers, holding you up in high esteem. They are imagining someone saying anything halfway negative about you so that they can come to your defense. They want to hold doors open. They want to slide your chair in for you. They want to do all of those things that they never felt that they should have done for you. Because at that point, back then, they were told to disrespect you, to discount you, to not even pay attention to you. They were told that you was crazy. They were told that, that you didn't know what you needed. You didn't know what you wanted. They was told all these negative things about you. And this person is sitting there trying to figure out why the fuck did they believe all that shit about you when they knew it wasn't true. They knew it wasn't true. They knew what was true was that you were blessed. That's what they knew. They knew what was true was that you went by the book and that you were truly happy inside your heart, that you wasn't sitting here making up any excuses. You wasn't trying to tear anyone down. You were trying to build people up. You were the one that was always helpful. You were the one that was always, I don't have it, but let me see if I can help you get it. They knew that you always told the truth. Always. Even whenever you knew the truth was going to hurt, you told the truth. That counts for a lot. What's the message, Spirit? That counts for a lot. And this does too. Now they know that they have to build themselves back up. They also know that you are not going to be there. That this is a journey that they're going to have to make solo. Whereas before you would have been there, helping them, guiding them, encouraging them, rooting them on. But because they took you for granted, you're not going to be there. They know they have to do it themselves. What's the message, Spirit? Hi, Tracy. How are you? What's the message? Anything else from this deck? Thank you. Yes. This person, they want to go back to that fork in the road. They want to go back to the crossroads so that they can make a different decision. So that they can make a different decision to be happy by going towards their higher power, by following God's guide, by listening to God, by appreciating God, by loving God, as opposed to loving what it can be easily taken away. Now they realize that to be by themselves, to be all cast out to sea, that's not for them. Just like those people was not for them. This person really understands what the land of milk and honey is now. And it's not so much of how much money you got in your pocket, it's really how much love you have. It's your higher power is giving God the glory. This those types of things, living right, living righteous, doing what's right, honoring people, being loyal, being respectful, being kind, not discounting anyone, not kicking somebody when they're down, not thinking that somebody is less than, but realizing that everybody is the same. If you breathe, if you have a heartbeat, you are equal. It doesn't make a difference what you got in your pocket. It don't make a difference what type of house you live, what type of car you drive, if you even drive a car. It don't make a difference about your level of education. Everyone is created equal. Somebody had to learn this the hard way. They had to have everything taken away from them, everything removed, just so that they could understand where they were at. Just so that they could finally draw a line in the sand about what's truly important. Just so they could really see the people that they thought that they wanted to follow whenever they found out that those people didn't give a shit about them. Didn't care if they lived, didn't care if they died, didn't care if they kept their word, didn't care nothing. Somebody had to learn the fucking truth. And it's unfortunate that it hurt them so much. It's unfortunate that it hurt you so much. But at least somebody is now free because the truth has set them free. Bottom of the deck. They feel like a fool. They feel like a fool for squandering the best thing that they could have ever had. They had perfection in the palm of their hands, blew it away, and picked up crumbs. Dirty, nasty, stinky crumbs at that. They feel like a fool for leaving you by yourself, for not seeing who you were, not seeing that they had the best thing in their hand, looking at what else was being offered. They already had it in the palm of their hand. And then they were sitting here, being standoffish to you. This is why they're getting that justice. This is why karma is hitting them, because of who they chose over you. This person can't eat, they can't sleep, and they are all in their feelings. They in their feelings right now. They don't know what to do. This person, they listen to all of these lies, all of these made up alibis, and the whole time, here you are, a star. The star that they should have followed, like the North Star. But instead, they decided to go behind this king and queen of wands, who they found out was just a witch and a warlock. And they was like a warlock in the making. They decided that they needed to follow their lead, only to find out that their lead was going to lead them straight to the poorhouse, straight to misery, straight to regret. That's where their lead led them. This person watched you leave. That was what they remembered the most, watching you leave. And they had the nerve. They had the nerve to think that, you know what, that they was going to be happy. But the day that you left is the same day that they clearly saw the devil for what the devil was. They clearly saw that the devil was nothing but a lie. Now they want to come to you. They want to apologize to you. They want to ask you to please forgive them, because guess what? Now they understand that you are, have been, and will always be this empress. They're planning on what they can say to you, but they don't know what to say to you, because they're realizing that they have to speak the truth and tell you about how they were immature, how they, tried to, they had these secret thoughts, these secret plans, what they thought they was going to get away with, how they, thought that they was going to be able to take you out, how they knew that the other people were trying to plan your demise too. All because they thought they was going to get their wish come true. But instead, they didn't. Now they want to offer the olive branch. Like I said, these people, somebody wants to give to you. They want to move forward with you. They want to complete these cycles with you. They want to be on top of the world with you, because you were the gift. And you're loyal. You're strong. You have a good heart. They understand that they squandered the most important thing ever, and that was your love. Anything else that they tried, nothing worked out. Absolutely, positively, nothing worked out. And whereas they should have defended you, they thought that you were indispensable, that you could be juggled. Like, oh, if it don't work out over here, I'll just go back over there. But that's not the truth. That shit blew up in their fucking face. That blew up in their face. God carried you forward so fast that by the time they even finished blinking and their eyes opened back up, you was already gone. You was already, whether you opened up a new company or you just your money just got right, you was already looking like you had everything that you possibly needed, and you was happy. You was happy whether they was there or not, because happiness is not based on what you have. Happiness is based on the work that you've done on yourself, the things that you've accepted, the things that you saw that you needed to change, you changed. How you could be more confident, how you could make your money grow, how you could do this for yourself, how you could do that for yourself, your independence. That's what true happiness is. Not based on somebody giving to you, not based on you taking from somebody, not based on you seeing if you can connive some shit out of somebody, but everything that you said was the truth. And this person is living through judgment right now because you said what was going to happen, and this shit is happening. Somebody really had to look at themselves. They had to really sit and look at their own ass. And they had to give you your flowers that, yes, you knew what the hell you was talking about. You was spot on, because you had already been through this before. You had already won that war with that devil. You was spot on. And this person decided to get into the fight. But see, they didn't realize that you was the truth, that you had all the gifts. They didn't realize that God promised you for you to be the one that has the money. Not them. Not those thieves. Not those miscreants. But see, somebody couldn't see that they was being swayed by this magician, that they had some type of veil over their eyes, that they couldn't see the truth. Someone didn't realize that somebody was doing some word magic on them. They was even told that people didn't really like you, that people didn't really fuck around with you, that nobody really dealt with you. But see, now in hindsight, as they're at the bottom and you're at the top of the wheel of fortune, they see that it was all made up. They even, they now it's like this person, they're trying to hold it together. They're trying to hold themselves together. Like I said, you was the one with the kind heart. And it meant so much when you walked away. That's when somebody's heart, I feel like that's whenever they had this hard shell over their heart. When the day you walked away, that hard shell started cracking. Can't make this up. That hard shell cracked the fuck open. And that's when they realized what the heartache that you were supposed to felt like. Hi, Lilith Goddess 999, Karma Bringer 88. Welcome to the Sweet Spot Soul Tribe. Yes, this is something that they was confused about from the past. They allow themselves to be. This person has been confused for a long time. For a long time. But now they're not confused any longer. Now they know that they are being held responsible for their actions. This person may be in spiritual jail. This person may have even had to go to jail. But this person wants to tell you the truth, that they believe in your gifts. They believe in your gifts because even when they lied about you, this is somebody in your family, even whenever they lied about you, they spoke ill on your name, even though you didn't come up and tell them exactly what they said. Basically, you knew exactly what they said. They know that you are not from here. And when I say not from here, I don't mean the state. They know that you were not regular. They know that you are a blessing from God. They know that you are an earth angel. Now they understand that there's not a lot of you. That God has only blessed 144,000. This person is understanding your worth. But yet they allowed somebody who they thought who had so much money to sway them. They offered them something fishy in this cup, and instead of this person using their discernment, they allowed what somebody else had to make up their mind. They didn't realize that these attacks that was sent out was definitely going to come back. This is 88 confirmation. This is that karma that what goes around came right back around, and now this is what this person is having to work through. This is what this person is having to work through. They're realizing that they gave their loyalty, instead of giving it to you, they gave loyalty to someone else. And this is what's so burdensome on this person. What's the message, Spirit? Yes. It's like, they should have listened to you. They should have loved you the way that they were supposed to love you, as opposed to listen to somebody else who just wanted to control you. And that they're realizing this now. Somebody just wanted to control you, your life, what you did, your heart, how far up you went. They wanted to make sure that they wanted this person this person wanted you to have to depend on them. This emperor to depend on them, and it was this person that realizes now that this emperor didn't have anything good for you, nothing good planned for you, and it was going to be their wish fulfillment that you was no longer here. Somebody was trying to send these spells, put these spells on you, because they wanted you to be begging. They wanted you to be on your knees begging them, please. That's what they're realizing. That it was never, I care for them. No, it was never like that. Because you may have been somebody's mother. You was a single mother. But and you always made a way out of no way. If you didn't have, you found a way to get it. This person can't remember a time whenever they really didn't have. Yeah. And the truth is, it's like this person, they instead of them holding your secrets close to their chest, they told people about how you didn't have no money, that you didn't this and you didn't that. They made up all this bullshit about people. And now they feel stupid because, like I said, everything that's coming to you, goodness is coming to you, and you are on top of the world. Now this person feels stupid for lying about you, for saying all this bullshit that wasn't true, and they're getting the tower. They lied on you. And you knew. You knew. But you chose not to say anything. Basically, the only thing that you did say was goodbye. And that was enough for this person. That's what sent this person into their dark night of the soul. That's what made this person have to really look at themselves and what it was that they really wanted. Because now this person could see that, they was no good. They were no good, just like the other people that was trying to do you wrong, that was secret enemies. People could see that this person was a secret enemy of yours too. They could see that they were sitting here battling you. And now this person is stuck. They can't get away with that. Somebody saw that this person was being a Judas, to you. You know how hard it is to get rid of that nickname Judas? You know how hard it is for people to say, oh, yeah, well, no, we don't trust you at all. We don't try. If you could do this person like that, and this person was nothing but good, caring, kind, and truthful and honest, and had your back and 10 toes down, which for you, but you couldn't do that for them. No, we're good. We're good. And that's why that person was left out in the cold, because everybody saw that they was falling for everything. So there was no way that they was ever going to stand for anything. This is what this person had to learn throughout all of this. Stand for something or you will fall for everything. And when you fall, nobody's going to be there because they see that you are not to be trusted. This is what this karma is given to this person. They were not to be trusted. This is why this is why they lost everything. This is why they have to build themselves up from the ground up. They really got to get it out the motherfucking mud. They thought they was hurting you, only to be too stupid to realize they was hurting themselves. They hurt them, not you. All you did was walk the fuck away. Where did that 8 of Cups go? Yeah, all you did was walk the fuck away and get justice. You made God so happy when you finally loved yourself enough to go. To leave that bullshit behind, to leave Judas right there where he or her stood. That made God happy. That's when God said, okay, now it's time for me to bless you with everything I said I was going to bless you with and more. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? What's the message? Yeah, this person is worried about, they're worried about their money too. It's like their money it's just not, connecting. It's like they don't feel like they have enough. They don't have enough from paycheck to paycheck, from month to month, from week to week, from day to day. Their money just ain't right. It's because of all these lies. It's because they tried to come in and attack you. It's because of this decision that they made, these choices made, the path that they was on. All they had to do was be honest with themselves, be honest with everyone else, and be honest with you. That was all they had to do. That was it. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm going to do a members live for all channel members, and it's going to start immediately after in 15 minutes. So, yep. Okay. Now, I think if you stay on, it's going to switch automatically to the live. Yeah, this person, like I said, they made a choice. They made a choice. It was either between you or it was between this magician. And they're thinking about this decision that they made. They made a choice. And they're thinking about everything that you told them. And everything that you said, everything that you warned them about. They're thinking about all of that. All right, Sonny. Yeah, they're thinking about everything. How how this person, like I said, they feel like a fool for not having that discernment, for not listening to you. They feel like a fool. They realize now that you weren't trying to be mean the way that it came out. You was just trying to communicate. But the thing was, you communicated. And now this person, they're like I said, they're all in their feelings because everything that they thought that they was going to get, they're realizing they're not getting shit. Nothing is turning out. Nothing. And everyone sees them for who they are. Everyone sees them for what they gave up. And everyone sees them for the choice that they made. They put you in a third-party situation, and they were the ones who ended up with a broken heart, thinking it was going to be you. Yeah. Let's see what the stacks got to say. Yep, somebody's ready to try a different kind, to make a different decision. Now they're ready to stand their ground. Now they're ready to stand for something. Now somebody realizes that you can only control what's inside of you. You can't control anybody else. You can't control this, and you don't want anyone else to try and control you. They see now that you handled it with dignity. You didn't fuss, you didn't fight, you didn't come out the bag, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And they put you down because it's how they felt about themselves. That's the only reason. That's why you had the exit stage left. That's why you was like, I'm the fuck up out of here. Now you on a whole new level. They didn't realize that you was related to Jesus and the ascended masters, but they realize that now. Something happened last weekend. Somebody they was talking to was talking too motherfucking fast, trying to mix shit up, trying to get them all confused. That's when this person decided to turn a new page, because now they realize that they were walking, now they're walking with their tail between their legs because they are embarrassed. They have to start the fuck all over from the bottom all the way to the top. They have to start opening up their base chakra first, so that they can actually, be healthy. You can't just start in the middle and go up and go down and everything. This person has, they fucked their whole life up. They got to start everything over now. This is somebody with an A, B, C, D in the first, middle, or last name. What else, Spirit? It means something. Loyalty means something. Honesty, it means something. Being truthful, it means something. This person thought that they was never going to need you. Will never say never. And they see that you are unbroken. They couldn't break you if they tried, because they didn't build you up. So if they didn't build you up, they can't break you. They're realizing that there is definitely a God. And you are just having sweet dreams. You don't need them. They needed you. They was going to miss you, but you wasn't missing your boat. Because prosperity comes to you, and it was promised. You was not going to miss your boat. And everything that they're going through, it was good enough for you, so it's got to be good enough for them. You stay prayed up. Guilt is eating them up. That's what it is. Guilt that they made the wrong decision and ruined their entire life. Guilt that everybody's looking at them like they are Judas. Nobody wants to deal with the Judas ass. Guilt is eating their ass up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You gifted a membership. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Spring Sea. Thank you. Hey, Miss Mahogany Dog. Sorry. Sorry. I see that you were gifted the membership by Rain C. Oh, thank you. Well, we're going to be doing the members live right after this. And these glasses, I got bifocals on, so that's why I have to go like this just to see the names and stuff. I do apologize. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. What's the message? That was very sweet, Rain C. Very sweet. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, you're going to have a new love. Or maybe this person feels like you are a new love for them or something. But they realized they was listening to and believing a liar. And maybe that new love that they're having is for themselves. Yep. Yeah, because, you know what? They're listening to that song, Hey Little Walter, something's going to get you. That's what they're hearing. And they feel like you got your foot on their neck when you don't. It's just that whenever you was told to leave, you had to leave. You understood that this person was a clout chaser, and they wanted an ending for you, which is odd because the things that you want from me is what you truly want for you. So when I pray for people, I don't pray for their demise. I pray for them to, please, dear God, bless them with this, bless them with that. I truly do pray for my enemies. Because if they want to say return to sender times 10, return it to me. Because I've been prayed for you. I prayed for everything for you to have everything that you need. See, they started a war with a spiritual gangster. They just didn't know that shit. Now you have a secret admirer. Because you was able to let go of the ugly past. And they laughed at you until they cried. It was funny until it wasn't funny. Yep. Something about somebody's baby pictures. Hey, lies never stuck. Welcome to the Sweet Spot Soul Tribe, sweetie. Yeah. Something about some baby pictures. I feel like they was using, if they had baby pictures of yours, they were trying to use them to cast spells on them. But it didn't work because you have pure intentions. And now this person is paranoid. You are going through an upgrade. And God is pulling up in the El Camino. Absolutely. Absolutely. God is pulling up in the El Camino. What else, Spirit? Yeah, this person had nothing to offer emotionally. That's why God had to sit that ass down on the timeout. And whereas your life, your career, everything is on the way up. See, this person, they really didn't, they didn't think about all that. And they sat there and listened to an old ass tramp. They didn't think about all that. And now those people have absolutely no ties with this person because they want to sit there and say, well, we can't trust you, when they were the ones who weren't being trustworthy. Right. Okay. They were the ones not being trustworthy. But you said the black one with the horn shouting good evening. They were not being trustworthy at all. Now they want to push the panic button. I know they're lying, especially since this witch was messy. This person finally took off his rose-colored glasses. Now they want to live a life that's drama-free. You had to let somebody know, excuse me, your slip is showing. Hey, Jesky, how are you? This person, they are focused on you now. Focused on how you did it, what you did, the path that you took, the things that you had to go through to save yourself. They're focused on everything about you, and they realize it was somebody else's lie that fucked up their life. Always follow your north node. Always go by what you know to be true. Always. This person, they're hoping to get an encouraging message from you. They're hoping to get an encouraging message from you. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yep. Stand in your convictions. Like I said, if you fall for everything, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for everything. And now this, because you knew that closed doors lead to new open doors. And you're unique and different. This is what this person is really just understanding about you, because it's like the veil has been lifted. It's no longer cloudy. They see that those were just people. Those weren't connections. Those weren't honorable people. They weren't, they really didn't love God, This person needed to do some self-reflection. And when the day that you left, that's whenever they did. They realized now they deceived the wrong one, because you had graduated, you had ascended, and you're healed. So you told this person to be cautious about that person that was trying to approach them. And you also let them know that what you put out is what you get back. But see, somebody, like I said, somebody, they didn't want to listen, but they hear everything that you say now. They can't hear you enough. They want to hear everything that comes out of your mouth. Because you're not just speaking, you're speaking with wisdom. You're speaking with love. You're speaking from your heart. They realize now that you have that inner fortitude and strength that they never had. Hey, my, how are you? Good evening to you. You were speaking from the heart. And that's the strongest muscle that we have. That and the brain. Your heart leads you. This person realizes, and they regret that they just didn't have more patience with you. They regret that they weren't, just being honorable. They regret that they took you for granted. This person needed to choose their battles wisely, just like you chose yours. And today you're going to be having a brand new positive day. All right, y'all. We have about 15 seconds left on this live. Then I think it's going to automatically switch over to the members. All right. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate all of y'all. And welcome to the new soul